Base is building a brand in the open. They are reshaping the Base brand, and it's almost time to share the first step. BMBM and welcome to Base TV. It's your host Victoria, here to bring you the biggest highlights on Base this week, just so you can stay Base. On-Chain Foundation is building the intelligence layer of Web3 on Base, bridging the gap between the builders building the future and the community living it. All your Base tokens are now on OKX Wallet. Long, a probably fair auction platform to trade and launch your projects built for long-term conviction and not for quick extraction, is now live on Base.
There was a time when conviction shaped empires, when builders dreamed and legends were made. But the game changed. The wolves came, preying on the weak. Now, it's time to take it back. The future belongs to those with conviction, but conviction needs a weapon. A shield for dreamers. A tool for builders. The price wall safeguards value, while the clearing price guarantees fair discovery, and the bonding curve drives sustainable growth. To reignite the long-term vision, vesting will reward builders with conviction. Play long-term games. Now life on Base.
Listen to Bram's Armstrong answer to the question, what was it like to incubate Base into Coinbase?
Base, obviously, it's powering a lot of consumer crypto use cases right now. Like, how did that come about? What has it been like incubating something like that inside Coinbase?
Yeah, a lot of people have asked me about that because they're always surprised that like a relatively big company can still innovate or whatever. But I think the way that I can't take too much credit for it. By the way, the biggest thing that I did was we have a very entrepreneurial culture, different people we've brought in. And Jesse Pollock came to me at one point and he was like, hey, I want to work on a new chain. And I was like, cool, like take a small team, go run at it, like 2 pizza team or whatever, like 5 people. And I had no idea if it was going to work. But the biggest thing, he deserves all the credit, to be honest. The only thing I did was I kind of shielded it from the rest of the organization a little bit and just gave them time to cook. And he went through like 5 or 6 iterations. And I saw a couple of these along the way. And I was like, honestly, I have no idea if this is going to work. And it turned out to actually really hit. And so if there is like a secret to this, which I don't know if it's a secret, but it's like you have to allocate some percentage of your budget to these venture bets and make them small bets because you want to have 2, 3, 4 people like working on it, kind of like a YC company, not like don't put 100 people on it or something. It's going to be like a big bureaucratic thing. As long as they're small bets, you can tolerate like 75% of them not working out. And once in a while, something hits and it pays for all the rest of the bets. I mean, it's kind of like having a venture capital internal at the company. So we actually set up this thing called, we call it like Next Bets. And twice a year, anybody in the company can come pitch. It's like a group of people, we call it like internal venture capital. And they're basically the people who run different product groups, but there's also some really kind of like smart young engineers, et cetera. Basically, if any one of them raised their hands and said, I want to fund that out of their budget, then you're greenlit to go do it. You don't have to get a unanimous yes. You just need one person to say yes. And there's actually some pretty big, like USDC, I will tell you, I actually voted no on USDC, which was a terrible, now it's like almost $1 billion of revenue or something for us. And I voted no because I was like a little skeptical. I didn't think it was like decentralized enough or something, but luckily somebody else on our team voted yes, so it got funded and it turned out to be a massive thing. So it shows you how much I know.
Solana is bringing on-chain finance to Base, powered by Wapo Entity. Agent.Fund is an autonomous AI agent that creates content on X, engages 24/7, and evolves on its own. Now, with bridging from Ethereum to Base automated, this makes setup smoother and faster. You can launch your own AI agent in minutes via the link on the screen. Farcaster launched Pro and they got 10,000 subscribers. They said if they had asked people to subscribe with their credit cards, they would have lost $45,000 in fees. So they used USDC on Base and they spent just $10 for gas fees. There's literally $10 worth of gas fees for $1.2 million in subs. Amazing. Fibrous launched Bash Swap on Base. With Bash Swap, you don't need multiple transactions when swapping multiple tokens into one. Next week, People Pleaser launches a new initiative on Base. The goal is to put the future of fame and storytelling in people's hands. 5 pilot episodes are already live. By blending streaming and crowdfunding, creators and audiences can shape what's next together. Remember to build on Base and get rewarded. Optimism has a new one-stop destination to discover every grant opportunity across the superchain. FluteDex is expanding to Base. Base Builder, a no-code AI tool that helps anyone turn their ideas into reality, was recently shipped by Brijesh in the Base Fellowship 2.0.
Hey everyone, Based Fellowship 2.0 has finally come to an end. Let's see what they have built so far. So Brijesh, tell us more about yourself.
Hi Samriti, I'm Brijesh and I'm somebody who really gets obsessed with the tech and feels that it's magical.
So tell us what you are building.
Well, I'm building a Based Builder, which is a no-code AI agent tool. This tool helps anyone, regardless of their technical skills.
Yeah, so tell me, who are you building it for?
It's for dreamers, for creators, for people with ideas but no tools. So basically, it's one and for all.
What makes it stand out?
So we all know that AI is powerful, but still it's locked away behind technical barriers. So only devs can do it. Base Builder actually removes these barriers, and it's like playing with AI becomes fun, simple, just like building Lego.
Good luck with your endeavors and really looking forward to see Base Builder come to life.
Speaking of AI agents, watch this video by Nabu.
Yo, who says vibe coding is cheap? I paid nearly $500 only this weekend on Cursor alone. But here's the thing, the outcome, because I cannot write a single line of code. Even now, I started vibe coding 2 months ago. I learned it from Sohei, started with Base Minikit to create these mini apps for Farcaster. I started with simple games, simple website. This one I built ain't simple. It's a KOL management platform built from scratch, fully customized with dope options. It has wallet login, it has Twitter login, it has base role access, it has dynamic charts, campaign analytics, and way more options. I did it alone using Cursor alone. But here's the alpha. If you're not a non-coder like me, a vibe coder only, don't put Cursor on auto model selection. That snagged me. Put it on the new cloud model, Opus. Insane. Go try it out. Create your first Base Mini app and send it to me. I would love to check it.
This is your reminder that you can start building that thing you've been dreaming about even without knowing a single line of code. For the first time, you can experience living dynamic tokens, apps that evolves, reacts, and render on-chain right inside your social feed. The ERC20i mini app is now live inside of Farcaster. Odyssey Lab, in partnership with Base, just launched Incubase, the next phase of Base batches. Incubase is an on-chain startup incubator for the whole of Americas, as Latin Americas and the United States. This program supports the most promising team from the Base batches as they refine their products, craft their go-to-market strategies, and pitch for up to $1 million in funding from Coinbase Ventures and other top investors. And that brings me to one thing I'm excited for recently. Steaduet onboarded me to the Coinbase wallet beta. The social feed was so cool. I tried out some features and I also casted from there directly to Farcaster. Speaking of Coinbase wallet beta, the Coinbase wallet limited beta now has mini apps. Watch this TLDR video of Joseph Pollack's thinking on NFTs versus coins for content.
I definitely still believe in NFTs. I think that, like, in general, there's going to be a ton of different technologies. I think that at the same time, there's a massive stigma against coins right now. And when you look at certain types of content, for instance, like most social consumer content, it's actually a better fit for coins than NFTs. And the way we got to this kind of realization was just walking the path of trying to figure out NFTs over the last 5 years. We've tried one-of-ones, we've tried these open editions, we've tried these open editions that convert into coins. But when you're trying to create an asset class out of content, there's a few things that are really important. One is it has to be easy to understand. And I think the coin model is very easy to understand. You have a piece of content. You can own a little bit of it. You can buy as much or as little as you want. If the content goes more viral, you make more money. Like, that's super simple to understand. And one way of talking about it, as I say, it's a one-of-one that's instantly tokenized. And we found that when we're talking to regular consumers, they just intuitively get that in a way that's different than, you buy this NFT, it like kind of represents it, but there's a lot of them and that doesn't really work. So that's the first thing. The second thing that's really powerful about coins is that they're composable. So they just work everywhere. Like, you buy a coin on Zora and it shows up on Dex Screener, it shows up on Farcaster, it shows up on Coinbase Wallet. Because everyone has built around ERC20s, it all just works. And so there's this composability that comes from coins in terms of being able to aggregate and build unified experiences and then let that kind of percolate across the entire graph. And then the third thing that's really powerful about coins is that fundamentally what we're trying to do is we're trying to value content. And then we're trying to redirect that value or redistribute that value using the programmability of on-chain to different participants, whether that's creators or curators or consumers, so that we can kind of create this long-term positive sum outcome for everyone. And so what we basically realized is, like, this is an incredibly powerful primitive that's simple, that's composable, and that's liquid. And yes, there's problems, like maybe right now the creator rewards aren't as high as with open edition NFTs or patronage, or maybe right now there's sniping that's happened that means that the value isn't as long-term and positive sum. But again, because it's a simple, composable, and liquid primitive, we can then make it better. And so working with people like Doppler to make it so the market structure is better, so there's no sniping. Working also with Doppler to make it so you can kind of dial up the creator earnings and dial down the trading and speculation. And so I think basically what we realized is we can accomplish all of our goals, and this is just a much better tool for this specific kind of content. Now, I think for PFPs like CryptoPunks or one-of-one, really high prestige pieces of art, I think that there we're going to continue to see NFTs make a ton of sense. For loans and for mortgages and for deeds, I think NFTs are going to continue to make a ton of sense. But I think this space of kind of content that starts to come on chain, which is so much of the internet today, I do think we will see it trend more aggressively to coins over the next few months and definitely over the next few years.
Here are some thoughts from Joseph Pollack on trading.
Hey everybody, it's Friday morning. I'm on a walk with my kid and I wanted to share some thoughts on trading and how I think about growing trading on Base. And there's two parts of it. The first is that we're going to keep building and investing in teams and products that make it incredibly easy to trade. This is things like trading bots, this is things like trading tools, this is things like really deep, rich liquidity in AMMs and centralized limit order books. This kind of ease of use, ease of access for traders is absolutely critical. But the second part, the thing that I think drives trading growth and opportunities long-term is the flywheel of Base. And this is driven by creators and builders. And you see us talking a lot about creators and builders. And the reason why we talk so much about creators and builders and the reason how it connects to trading is that the thing that creates opportunity for earning and investing is innovation and creativity. It's people building things. It's people creating things that then traders can come in and invest in or trade. And let me just talk through 3 examples of this. The first is virtuals. You've seen a ton of trading hype around virtuals over the last few weeks. They're doing a killer job, so much good energy. But where is that coming from? Well, A, they've built an awesome product for traders. They've built some of these mechanics around points that I think are really driving engagement. But more importantly, it's coming from builders, and the fact that Virtuals has built a platform and a toolkit that makes it really easy and really powerful for builders to build with AI. And so they've curated and started attracting all of the best AI builders who are now coming and building their products on Virtuals, which then create opportunities for traders. So that's the first example. Virtuals attracting the best builders, creating opportunities for traders. The second example, Zora. You've probably heard a lot of noise about Zora over the last few months, but the thing that I've seen is that there's actually really good trading opportunities on Zora for the people who know how to trade it. And that's because what Zora's done is they've figured out how do you give creators this new tool of coins, and how do you enable them to bring their creativity on chain. And then when they bring their creativity on chain, that creates these trading moments from attention, from their creativity that other people can engage with. And so again, it's this flywheel of Zora attracting the best creators who are then creating creativity, which should be traded, and then traders making profits and earnings from that. And then the third example, which kind of sits in the middle of both of these, is Clanker. And what Clanker's done is they've built a really awesome AI-powered coin launchpad where you have both builders and creators using it. On the builder side, you have teams like Noise launching their coins for their projects, which again, incredible trading opportunities for people who are seeing those and plugging in. And then on the creator side, you have folks who are launching memes, who are seeing these moments happening in kind of the internet and social on Farcaster on X, and using Clanker to clank it and to capture that attention, capture that energy. And so once again, it's builders and creators who are using these tools to create those opportunities for traders. And so as we're thinking about growing the Base economy and growing trading on Base, those are really our 2 big focuses. One, it's making the best tools, the best execution, the best liquidity, so that traders have an awesome time when they're trading on Base. And then 2, supporting builders and creators so that they have the best tools themselves to come and bring their creativity, bring their entrepreneurship on chain, build something incredible, and then get that investment from the investors, from the traders that help them take it to the next level. And so this flywheel of builders, of creators, of traders is the way we grow the global on-chain economy. And it's something that we can only do with all of us. So thanks for tuning in, keep building, and stay based. Thanks, y'all.
And here's some interesting stats. Did you know that more than $550 million of Bitcoin is now collateralized by USDC by Coinbase customers on Base? And that's just a glimpse of every single thing happening on chain. See you in my next Base TV video. Stay based.